I have a fear of getting lost in an emotion, and a couple of days ago I was processing and I felt I was really in the flow, and then all of a sudden got jammed up, and then I wasn't quite sure of what to do, where to go, and I just dropped into my fear and I've just been blocked ever since. So.
Yeah, well, again, it's like, okay, you were feeling an emotion, something happened to cause it to stop flowing. Obviously, it's a resistance of some kind.
Sure.
So the key now is to discover the resistance. Now, God wants to tell you what it is,
yep.
And the fact that you don't know what it is means that he hasn't told you or you haven't heard it. So that means that you don't want to. So I would start there. I'd say, okay, I was crying about a subject. So what was the subject you were crying about? Can you remember?
It was triggered by your comment of saying God wants what's inside. So that really triggered my feelings of that I'm a bad person and whatever, and how, why on earth would God want that? What's inside?
Okay,
yeah.
So it began with this underlying understanding that you have or feeling that you have that you're a bad person inside.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be, you're going to have quite a lot of resistance around that particular emotion. So what kind of resistances could there be?
Just that it's untrue. I don't know.
Well, you don't believe, in the core, you don't believe that you're worthy of God.
Yep.
Right, so that's underneath. But why would a person not feel like they have any worth? It's because of how they've been treated. All right?
Yep.
So what I'm suggesting to you is that if you're starting to cry about that particular issue and then all of a sudden you stop, it's because you don't want to feel about how you've been treated.
Yeah.
And if you chose to just feel about how you've been treated, in your childhood I'm talking about now,
yeah.
Then you would probably get through the barrier. But the barrier may be anything, Christiana.
Yeah.
It may be anything, and the key for you is to decide, okay, I've stopped crying, I was crying, I've stopped crying. I feel a bit terrible now, obviously I'm suppressing.
Yeah.
That's my choice. It's not magical.
It was so frustrating though.
Well, no, see that's the facade at work now, getting all frustrated. Like the reality is that you've chosen to shut down an emotion, and as it's a choice to do that.
What if I don't know? I can't remember much about how I was actually treated, and I get a sense that it must be I feel it might be.
No, don't do all that, because that's all just intellectual gymnastics. You got no idea, right?
Okay.
So just say I got no idea. It doesn't matter what the emotion's about.
Mm-hmm.
What matters is what your block's about.
Okay.
That's what matters, right? And then you must have felt something the moment it all shut down.
Yeah.
And you need to go back to that and look at what you were feeling the moment it shut down, because there's your block.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And all you've got to do is fill your block and you'll be in business again.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. So whenever we shut down, it's a choice. We need to see it as a choice, take responsibility for the fact we've made a choice. It's not some magical thing. There's a choice being made. I made a choice. My soul made a choice.
Yeah.
Okay, my soul wants to avoid this emotion. And then the question, obviously, is why? Why does my soul want to avoid that emotion? What was the emotion, the other emotion, the resistance emotion that blocked me up? What is it about this that I don't want to feel?
Yep.
And honour the fact that you don't want to, and then you might get somewhere.
Okay.
Remember I said a few days ago with Jen, in the conversation with Jen, about the importance of recognising that you don't want to do something is really important. The next step here after that is to feel about why you don't want to, because there's your blocking emotions.
Yeah.